Hi guys, follow me on Instagram to never ever miss any of my crazy updates. Hi guys and welcome to another vlog. I'm driving this. This is the Mahindra XUV700. But before we reach the car, let me tell you about this awesome car perfume from Involve. This is the Involve Gel Carbon Black. It is a nice, spicy, manly, cool fragrance and it is super easy to regulate. Check this out. That is so freaking easy. Any which ways, today we are doing a walk around in a separate location because in my regular location, wherever I park the car, people are hounding me to check the car from the inside. I never say no, but I'm fighting against the sun. Before the sun goes down, we have to do this walk around. Okay, the new logo, which might remind you of some lingerie, but here you see the key of the vehicle. This is to unlock the car, this is to lock the car, and this is to open the boot of the car, which does not open automatically because this one does not get a power tailgate, of course. Now the thing is, I've kept the car locked and we're going to do a walk around in a different format because I've already done a proper full-blown video on the XUV700. So here I'm going to just keep it very brief and talk about the things I really like and the things I don't like at all. Anyways, I keep this button pressed and there you see the driver's side window actually opens. You know why? Because this has the automatic function and the sunroof also opens, but other windows do not open in this car. So yeah, this is actually a cool feature to have. I don't know if many of you have seen this before or not in the XUV700, but hey, I like it for sure. And there I unlock the car, I push this and I open the door, and there the seat also goes behind to welcome me inside this car. That's also cool. That's really nice. Now this is not the top end variant because this is the AX7, does not get any of the packs, neither the luxury pack, neither the technology pack. That's why it misses out on a lot of features as well. But let's get inside and let me shut the door. As soon as I shut the door, there you can see the seat is moving ahead and there is this XUV which comes at speed and it says Adrenox here, driven by Adrenox of course, which is also quite cool. Let's do one thing. Let's turn on the car. There, press a button there and there, nice graphics. Okay, audio system rolls and there obviously the outside rear view mirror is also open and this does a full swipe up. So a lot of cool bits, welcomes me very nicely. Let me just shut this for a moment. Now the thing I really do not like is that this is not so easy to operate because see, I just pressed it once. There's only one button to control. You have to be really soft and press it if you just want the sunblind to be opened. Most of the times I end up opening this also along with the sunblind, and I'm the person who always keeps this closed, the glass, and always only open the sunblind. So like how Tata Motors has done with the Safari and the Harrier, multiple buttons to operate the sunroof. One is to open it, one is to slide it and all that. That should be there in this car as well. Anyways, the dashboard design is really nice, and compared to the cars which we had driven earlier on Mahindra's track, there's a change here. You get leather and not that cheap wood, which is nice that Mahindra actually listened to all the feedback which they've received, which reminds me that I should keep this car perfume right in the center where there's the center console, and I'm just going to open it. There, I've opened it. Now before I put it, I need to actually open it. It's like a Coke can. Okay, what you can do is simply press it like this, yeah, and then pull it out. That is so smooth. I'm doing it with one hand. Now it has got this new generation of gel technology which is leak proof. It does not leak. How cool is that? Oh my god, it smells really nice. The smell is very similar to say a nice cool aftershave cologne, and then it does not leak, which is the best thing about it. You can see it, so easy to regulate, and I can just keep it here in the cup holder, and there it's going to smell nice and make this XUV700 smell awesome as well. And obviously this is a brand new car, had done just 176 kilometers when it came to me, so it's going to smell even better now. Any which ways, there is leather in the center which is actually nice. Now I'll tell you, I like these screens, 10.25 inch, 10.25 inch, kind of easy to operate. Only thing is the sub menus are just too much. So when you get into fun with XUV700, you have the competitor there. Yeah, the compass is right there and there's this torque and power meter. The car is actually on at the moment, I kid you not. There, you can't hear a bit. It's so freaking silent, this car. Okay, so yeah, power and torque meters, which are also very cool. And then let me get out of this. There's something known as Fun in XUV700, which is basically for the radio, music, phone and navigation system along with applications. Now if I press this button, it opens the India Today app. It doesn't work though. Anyways, and then I press this button, it opens the Thrilophilia app, which doesn't work though. And if I press this button, it opens the Zomato app, which doesn't work though because it just doesn't load. I don't know why. Maybe they have to still iron out some of the issues, but all these apps are really very cool. Like, you've got so much stuff inside here which is nice. You have EcoSense as well, which is like you go back to school, it gives you all the information of how you're driving. I'm getting 67 in my driving score and all these things, which is also quite nice. I think they have made a fantastic screen here. In fact, let's get into reverse, and here we are into reverse, and that is the reverse parking camera. Now this car does not have 360-degree cameras. It also does not get an electric parking brake and misses out on Sony's 3D audio system, which is like way better than the one which is here, but this is also decent. It's average, it's not bad at all. And then other features are also missing, like the door handles have to be pressed to remove them. They don't pop out on their own. Now the thing which I don't like is the fact that there is no mirror on the driver's side. This is not auto dimming either, and plastic quality is quite cheap in certain areas of this car. But there is a proper phone holder along with another phone holder here and two regular USB charging sockets. Thankfully we have got manual controls, which is nice, and then you can press this button here to actually see the rear camera feed on all times, and then you can press buttons here to make changes also to a lot of things. And you can also decide that if you want to take a screenshot there. I took a screenshot. Why would I want to do that? I don't know, but I can. Now this screen is also pretty nice. I really like this screen because it gives plenty of information. Now this is again all digital, and I can browse through a lot of information from here, like vehicle info, navigation. Now look at the navigation. That is quite nice. Okay, it says in progress. It's taking some time. I don't know why does it disappoint me when the camera is rolling. Okay, I have to press some button or what. Yeah, full screen if I want to get into full screen, but it's not loading at the moment. It's showing me a full screen, but it cannot tell me where exactly I am. So small teething issues which still need to be sorted out in the XUV700, but I think with time things will be much better. And then you have got obviously driver assistance, because ADAS works fantastically well on this car, and that's the thing we want to test on the road this time rather than on a racetrack. So we have got 3 display layouts as well. Right now this is the normal one. You have something known as information, which gives you more information, and then I like how it rotates and all. It's kind of cool how Mahindra has actually been able to make it so much funky as well. So let's get into display layout, and there's something known as minimal. So where is it? Yeah, that is the minimal one, which basically makes everything small so that you can just focus on the driving experience of this Mahindra XUV700. So all the information you get here, but personally what I really like is that you can get into drive info, which basically shows you all the information of the vehicle, trips, and there's an analog clock. You can make it even digital if you want. Driver attention level, oh my god, I scored full marks on that. I'm so proud of myself. And fuel information, which shows that this car is going to go crazy for 46 kilometers, and it's giving a 7.7 kilometer per liter mileage. I'm saying a crazy because this is a big engine, very powerful unit as well. But I'm just going to keep it on. Let me just browse through it. Where was I liked something here, okay? But yeah, maybe vehicle info. Yeah, this is the one I want to keep because that is the power and torque meters, which really move fast. And then it also shows me what is the speed in certain areas. It has its traffic sign detection as well. So nice screens for sure. Steering wheel also feels nice to hold. Only thing is little complex, the sub menus, everywhere. Let's just shut this. And thankfully Mahindra hasn't done an Audi here. They have given us a proper controller as well, which means that it's very easy to browse this, and you can actually select exactly what you want the buttons to do, which is also cool. Because let's just assume like I come out from here. Okay, there's Android Auto coming soon, maybe for Apple CarPlay, I don't know. I get into fun with XUV700. It's saying coming soon on that. Okay, I keep this button pressed, and there I can actually set it as a favorite as well. That's really very nice. So yeah, cabin is pretty awesome. I love the way the wipers work because so much spray on offer. They clean the windscreen in no time at all. And then of course these are the controls for the lights: automatic headlights, automatic wipers, and the horn. Horn is a bit meek. You can save up to 3 people's settings as well. Memory seats and electric adjust too. Here there are some buttons. There is for the stop start system, traction control, downhill assist, and the door pockets are large enough, along with a umbrella holder as well, and proper dead pedals, so practical enough. And the seats are also pretty comfortable. There's storage space here, and you can actually slide this, and this is actually, yeah, let me show you, this is actually cooled. So you can see it is a cooled one. Pretty awesome. I like it. I like how Mahindra has been able to fit so many features inside this car, which is kind of nice. And one touch up and down for the driver side only. Let's do one thing. Let's open the engine bay. I press this button, and it keeps making this chime sound. I don't want to leave the key inside, because if I do, I might just forget, and the car won't get locked for sure. So let's shut this for a moment, and let's get to the opening the hood. Here's another issue and thing which I don't like, is the fact that it doesn't get hydraulic struts, and there it opens. Oh my god, this is so heavy. There is insulation, of course. That's the engine, very beautiful, very silent, very refined indeed. Mahindra's done a fantastic job with the engine, but the engine bay, rather the hood, is really very heavy, and the design is a hit or a miss. First and foremost, you know, the grille kind of merges with the light, and you saw the indicator shut and then the light, the DRL also turned on. Lights are nice. There is, yeah, a provision for a front camera which is missing in the car. This I don't like, the new logo. Honestly, I don't like it at all. The grille is also nice, but this car is a evolution of the Mahindra XUV700, and that's the reason why the front and the rear really do not match as well or as fluidly as you would expect. Okay, the front seems complete LED, at the rear certain things are not. There's the fog light. The wheels are really nice, 18 inches, enough sidewall as well. In fact, these are MRF Wanderer Eco Tread tires, tire size 235 60 18s, and you get body side cladding as well. It doesn't have the logo projection which was there in the XUV700, so that's another slight disappointing thing which I don't like. I expected them to give all the features which were there in the XUV700 into the 700 as well. So it says AX7 because this is the AX7 trim and not having the optional pack. That's the reason why this is very attractively priced as such. Okay, reverse parking sensors, you get only 2 sensors as such, but it gets the job done. Now this is fiber, it is not metal, which is fine in terms of safety. The only thing is, if someone rear ends you, you will have to replace the whole unit. Otherwise, when it's made of steel, it's easily repairable as well. And let's just open the boot, which takes some effort. There is no boot space right now because all the 3 rows are up, and then space is not as good as the Safari or even the Hector for that matter. Making some sound from somewhere. Okay, the car is on as such. Spare wheel is actually positioned here below. You can see that, which is not an alloy, and the exhaust right there. Dual exhaust units as well. That's the towing hook of the vehicle, and then you have to really have some, like, put some effort to close that. This is from where the nozzle actually sprays. Then obviously high mounted stop lamp along with a spoiler too. And these roof rails are not functional. There's a shark fin antenna there. I'm just going to walk inside this jungle so I can show you the side profile. Those sides, obviously the sun was really blinding. So overall design is not as cohesive. It definitely looks nice and fresh, but you know, it looks too much like the XUV700, which is kind of disappointing. Only thing is, they've not gone overboard with the design. Thank God for that. So all those cheetah paws and excess elements are not there in this car. It looks more tasteful and classy without a doubt, and it says Ergonomic right here, which is basically for the informatics of this car. Now you press this button here, for the door handles, and then they open. It's a little bit flimsy and a little bit gimmicky as well. But you know what? I don't understand why this car doesn't have keyless entry. You have to use the key to unlock. Now, ergonomic issues are there in plenty. Firstly, at the front to operate the center console and all, little bit of an ergonomic issue, but a bigger ergonomic issue is here. If I want to recline the seat, I can just press this button, and the seats are so stiff now, it doesn't move anything at the moment. So yeah, you can decide the recline angle of the seat, which is okay, this lever. The bigger problem is that if you want to recline the seat now, there is this lever or switch right behind, which is not that easy to access. I mean, I can't do it with my right hand. I have to really squeeze my left hand inside, push it ahead, and oh my god, and that's how it is done. But once done, okay, it's easy to get inside in the last row of seats, and the last row of seats are so not used that at the moment they're covered with plastics. Nobody sat there, but I shall sit there because you guys complained Faisal Khan did not sit there at all. So I'm going to sit right now and show you that legroom and knee room is, I cannot sit there. You can see under thigh support is a minus right now. Legroom and knee room is non-existent unless and until I keep the seat like this. And yeah, there is a lever here, maybe a hook, because you can recline the seats to increase the boot carrying capacity. AC controls right there, 12 volt charging socket as well. Window area is not that bad, it's decent size, and a handle to hold on to along with the hook as well. Doesn't feel claustrophobic as such. Only thing is you can't really fit in. I can definitely not fit in. You can see the condition and my plight right now. I'm just managing somehow or the other, but Mahindra is so optimistic. They've given proper headrest at the rear in the third row. Well done, Mahindra, well done. I really appreciate it. Now, another problem is these seats do not slide. So you cannot be like, okay, I'm going to compromise on legroom and knee room in the second row to give the people in the third row slightly more room. But no, that's not possible. Somehow I managed. Don't ask how. And you can only get in from this side. You can see the difference between the recline angles. Yeah, that is the difference. The only thing is legroom is not an issue here because you can see poor legroom and knee room, no problem. You can use this lever and push this seat all the way ahead, and then you have better legroom and knee room for sure. Under-thigh support is decent. Yeah, headroom seems adequate to me. I mean, I think I should recline the seat further, and there I can recline it quite a bit. That's cool. Here you get twin cup holders. Floor is almost flat. A USB-C charging socket, a mobile holder, AC vents are placed here. Front seats get the height adjust function as well. Pretty good. I really like this car, but I cannot deny the fact that the Safari and the Hector are more spacious without a doubt. But scooped out seat backs, magazine holders, and that's about it. Nothing else to talk about. You see the dashboard design looks really nice and classy. I think they have made it simple but yet sophisticated enough. Looks really good. Just give us an auto dimming inside rear view mirror for God's sake, and at least ventilated seats as well, because these are the features which cheaper cars are now offering. Anyways, there's a light placement on the top, which is also nice. And let me just get out and tell you another thing, that why can't you get in from that side? Because, you know, unfortunately the seat, that side seat only reclines, like tumbling thingy. This one does not. So we are just going to try this for the moment. So when I press this now, okay, I can't operate any of this. Okay, I can with one hand. That's about it. It will not go full flipping, flopping, unfortunately. And obviously you get Isofix child seat mount. You see the treatment, the color scheme and everything is very nice and tastefully done. But this car misses out on a lot of features because of obviously that optional pack is not there in this vehicle. Yeah, here we are inside. It has this chime which is continuous, and you can see exactly which door is also open, which is nice, a nice touch indeed. And let me get into fun in XUV, which means that here we have got navigation. Navigation is nice. Right now I don't know, it's on a vacation or something. There, finally it loaded. And then you can actually push it downwards like this to see another type of view, which is quite cool. In fact, let's listen to an audio right away. Audio quality is actually quite nice. Seats are also quite comfortable inside this car. There's my camera enjoying itself. Maybe it's gone for a nap or so. This plastic sheet also here, which we are going to tear apart right away. Yeah, there it is. Audi. In fact, let me open the glove box. I have actually removed the sheet which was there on the screen as well as on the handbrake as well, and I think the position of the handbrake should have been on the other side. The gear lever could have been closer, so certainly I think ergonomics could have been better. I love how they put buttons here. This is for a screensaver. Yeah, you can have a screensaver. So it says screensaver enabled, which is after a few minutes the screensaver will be showed, which is right now the Mahindra logo, which can be a bit distracting if you ask me. Okay, audio controls here, cruise control and whatnot. I think we have explored this car enough. We should just start driving to understand how is it. Okay, let's rev it. See, it tells me check tire direction. Let me do one thing. Let me turn off the car, and when I turn it off, it gives me a full detail on exactly how long have I driven. That's also nice, and everything is shut. So it's time to get going. Bye-bye. But hi, before we get going, let me show you another cool bit. When you get into the application, there's something known as documents. You can keep your documents here. My Drive Manager, you can keep a gallery as well, and you can open a folder, you can make a folder, you can do so much stuff inside. It's absolutely crazy. In fact, there's something known as owner's manual, which keeps all the data of the car. Now right now it's not loaded, so it's not showing it to me at all, but this application bit is very tastefully done. In fact, where is it? Car info app. Okay, here it tells you all the car info as well. It says document, wallet and whatnot. So why do you need to carry physical wallets if a cop catches you like, Pandu zara side mein baitho, hum aapko puri gaadi ki details yahin pe bata dete hain. That's really nice and funky as well. I love the fact that everything can be operated from the steering wheel itself, and you know what, it's actually slick enough to use. And this is so Mercedes inspired. These screens are also so Mercedes inspired. Let's do one thing. Let me turn on the indicators. Let me turn on the lights as well. And then we're going to go outside and see. But when you turn on the lights now, this thing dims a bit. You can see it's dimmed right now. So basically it doesn't have a sensor inside to automatically realize if it's day or night. And then this chime can be altered as well. So it's making a lot of sound right now, but you can alter the sound. There are 3-4 variants for the same as well. Okay, I'll just show that to you too. So here when you get into the menu part of things, you can just browse through settings. Okay, once you're into settings, it's a host of ADAS functions. Everything can be configured right there. And I was telling you about the screensaver. There it is, automatically comes. And there's also a tire pressure monitor, which not only tells you the tire pressure, but it also tells you the tire temperature. Right now it's not saying it, but it also tells you that, okay, there it is, tire temperature. How cool is that? This is so freaking loaded, you know. I like it. Only thing is I hope it keeps working flawlessly. Then it will be awesome and amazing. And in fact, you can see this is functional air vents, aerodynamics. Yeah, that's right. Okay, you can see it gets sequential indicators both at the front as well as the rear. And I think we forgot again to turn on the lights. वो जल्दी में मैं भूल गया. एक काम करते हैं, rear wipers भी चला ही लेते हैं, because since we are in the car, why not? And there you can see lot of spray on offer. Wipers work really nice in this car, and you can see, okay, it is actually quite premium because this is also damped. Okay, this is properly damped. It gets 7 airbags. Yeah, that's right, 7 airbags. That's also amazing. Lights are beautiful indeed. I really like it, but I think the DRL is just obnoxiously long, and that is the fog light which we did not turn on earlier. You also get all-wheel drive option, so it's not a fake SUV in any sense whatsoever, although it is of course a monocoque, and this is like an arrow shape. You can see sequential indicators. I was saying it's not full LEDs because this happens to be the reverse light, which is not LED. This is for the brake light, again not LED, halogen bulbs. And you know what, it's wet itself and trying to spray and clean stuff. Let's go. Bye bye. No bye. Let's drive. Alright, we're all set to go, which means turning off the air conditioning, handbrake down. Fun with XUV700, that's what we're going to activate. And here I'm going to get inside and I am going to put it onto the power and torque meters. Traction control off, into first gear, revving the motor. Actually, when you turn off traction control, it turns off automatic emergency braking. Revs till almost 4000 RPM. That's a lot of wheel spin. And as soon as you hit 60 kilometers per hour, it turns on traction control again. Second gear, 87 kilometers per hour into third gear, and a slight wheel spin on upshift as well. That's absolutely bonkers. Okay, that's the sound for the lane keep assist. My goodness, the acceleration is absolutely breathtaking. What an engine. This is a 2-liter mStallion petrol engine, which is turbocharged, direct injection, as well as variable valve timing with stupendous power output. 200 horsepower is the output from this engine at 5000 RPM, which is leagues ahead of everything else in the segment. Absolutely crazy performance on offer. In fact, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour comes up in around 9 seconds, which makes it blisteringly quick. And look at the way this car accelerates. Unbelievable. Torque output 380 Newton meters, which comes in at a low 1750 RPM and stays there till 3000 RPM. The lag is not there. Turbo lag is so well contained, you don't feel any lag, and then it has got such stupendous mid-range that it kind of feels like a diesel in the way it drives. Only thing is so silent, now you can't hear it, and then you get into the mid-range, it makes some sound there and then pulls really hard and strong. What an engine. Really very tall gear, and because of the tall gearing, it's actually nice. You can drive it in third gear from low speeds to high speeds without any hiccup whatsoever, and it's continuously making that sound for the lane keep assist and all the ADAS systems which work really well on the car. The braking performance is fantastic. It's got obviously rear disc as well and a slew of technologies. Here we are into first gear. I'm going to rev the motor, I'm going to turn off traction control, and first gear, 48 kilometers per hour. It does wheel spin on upshift. That's the level of grunt. Oh my god, this is absolutely blisteringly quick. What an engine, Mahindra. Mwah! I love you. This is an absolutely phenomenal engine. Has so much grunt, so much punch, no flat spot, and absolutely pulls ahead. In fact, top speed is almost, no, it is actually 200 kilometers per hour, and it does that with ease because when I was driving the automatic version of the petrol XUV700 on the Mahindra test track, I hit 190 kilometers per hour with absolute ease. Doesn't hesitate at all. Only thing is that the clutch is not the most fluid as such. So although it's light, it has this sort of, I would say, it's not progressive, okay? And the gearbox is also not the best in terms of shifts. It's a little notchy only when you're trying to push it really hard, but for the most part when you're trying to just drive it sanely, there's no issue with the gearbox, of course. Otherwise, you know, you want to make quick shifts, there it kind of has that rubbery effect somehow. What an engine, what performance. In third gear, look at the way it pulls. In fact, I'm going to slow down as much as I can and let's see till where the third gear can accommodate. So here we are around, yeah, it's doing comfortably like 38 kilometers per hour in third at slightly above 1500 RPM. Doesn't hesitate, no knocking whatsoever. What a beautiful engine. In fact, the XUV500 also came with a petrol engine, which was a 2.2 liter unit, produced 140 horsepower, which was decent enough. Like, performance was more than adequate. But this one, it's another league, man. It's another league. It's obviously faster than the automatic, the petrol automatic, because the grunt levels are so phenomenal in this car. It's a joy to drive. This is so much fun. Wow, Mahindra, you just injected fun and performance in a petrol SUV, which is usually not the case because petrols kind of struggle. And Mahindra is actually changing the whole ideology that an SUV has to be a diesel, because this petrol one is just phenomenal. Just, I mean, I can go endless praises on this car's engine. So good. How is that even possible? Look at the way it revs. The only thing is it doesn't rev like crazy. It revs till 5800 RPM, and then that's where the red line comes in. So it could have been higher revving as such, but no complaints because it's just so punchy in terms of performance. Look at the way the torque, this thing graph dances when you get into the throttle. Oh my god, it doesn't let go only, it just goes, pulls. Fantabulous. I don't even have to use 4th, 5th or 6th because in 3rd it does more than 120 kilometers per hour. Okay, we're just going to get into 5th right now, and then everything becomes so calm and at ease. Wow. Okay, tall gate for the win, but fuel efficiency obviously is not that great. It returns, right now it's returning around 7 kilometers per litre as far as the MID, but I think while driving sanely you can get somewhere between 8 to 9 kilometers per litre, and out on the highway that can be stretched a bit. And when I say a bit, I mean maybe 12 to 13 kilometers per litre, which is not that great, but who really cares? The performance is absolutely mind-blowing. If you want a diesel, well, you can get one which is obviously more efficient but not as fast as this one. The diesel also has class-leading power and torque output. So yeah, everyone needs to learn from Mahindra how to plonk in a massively powerful engine in the SUVs and not even think twice about it, because this is not something new to Mahindra. They've always been giving so much power and torque in their cars. The result is you have so much fun while driving. This is a new engine, but it actually made its debut in the Thar, the mStallion motor. Obviously in the Thar it has lower output. Here thankfully they have given us higher output. They didn't need to, but they still did that. That is how good Mahindra is in terms of performance. Fantabulous. I can go endless praises to the engine of this car. It is just so freaking good. So big thumbs up to Mahindra for this fantastic petrol engine. I never knew I'm going to say this, but a petrol engine like this is a petrol engine like this. 200 horsepower is absolute madness. Who needed it? Nobody. But here we have it. Drivability is also so good because lag is well contained. Around 1400 RPM now, 1500 RPM, it really wakes up, and around 2000 RPM, there's a nice kick in the pants feel. And then the tachometer is also inverse, sort of Aston Martin or MG Hector, which also looks quite nice. I love the performance of this car. Absolutely stunning. And the diesel is also so much fun to drive. Maybe I'll skip the automatic. There are no drive modes here, which are there on the diesel, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it. Okay, hazard light button. Yeah, ergonomics could be better because to unlock the car, I have to actually stretch and pull my hand back. And controls for increasing and decreasing the AC vents or the speed, fan speed, shouldn't be in the center. There could have been a rotary dial. Is it going fine?
Is this a paid promotion?
No, it's not a paid promotion. I really love the engine. So we are going to actually turn on the rear view monitor, the driver rear view monitor, and I'm going to get inside, and I'm also going to change the display here, although there's not much of a difference as such. So here we have the display layout. This is like the normal one. We are going to get into something which is maybe informative, and here we are, traction control off and handbrake down, into first gear, revving the motor, hazard light off. I am going to get the tires out of the wheels, I think, by revving the nuts out of the car. Anyways, the ride quality is also improved dramatically because it uses FSD, which is frequency selective damper, something which the Jeep Compass does, but this one is a more advanced or a new generation unit. The result is the ride is very nice. How does the FSDs work? Actually, it has two separate parallel oil paths, okay, for various dampings, low as well as high. The result is that the ride is actually very much improved in this car. But handling is also quite nice. Steering is actually quite light at low speeds, but as you speed up, the steering actually weighs up decently well. Still, I kind of find it on the lighter side. And then obviously, in spite of the fact that this is an all new chassis which is 80% stiffer when compared to the XUV700, and also the car's weight has also reduced because they've used high tensile steel, plus the engine is also 70 kgs lighter. The result is it feels more sure-footed than before. There's no torque steer which was there before, and obviously the old XUV700 had a very, I would say, uneasy ride. It was continuously moving and sort of jittery as well, but this one is such a big improvement in terms of ride. Feels so much better in the way it's able to take potholes even at higher speeds, but then it's still not Safari level somehow, because you can feel over certain bumps that the car gets unsettled, and obviously there is a lot of height in this car. It still weighs a lot, at around 2000 kgs. Okay, this is 1960 kg for the petrol, and then depending on automatic as well as diesel, the weight increases, but the difference is I think 100 kgs apart. That's it. But you know what happens when you try to corner it hard? That body roll is very much, I mean, you can feel it. Like, we are going to do that right now. We're going to get into second, and here, feel the roll if you can. still quite composed. You actually know where the front wheels are pointing to, and obviously all-wheel drive is also, there's an option for all-wheel drive. You have to pay 1.3 lakhs more, but that's only available with the diesel automatic. In fact, the price of this car is very value for money at 21.5 lakhs. This doesn't have any of the packs. You want automatic, pay 1.9 lakhs more. You want a diesel, you pay around 1.1 lakhs more. The difference is not much because obviously this is a state-of-the-art petrol engine, which obviously costs more than a regular naturally aspirated petrol engine. So the price difference is a minute 1.1 lakhs for the diesel alone. And if you want the packs, the luxury pack, you have to pay 2 lakhs more. So you can customize the nuts out of this car because there are 22 variants on offer, and the base variant is priced at rupees 15 lakhs only, which is the MX trim, of course. But the top end goes to 28 lakhs 8,000 rupees, which is the diesel automatic with all-wheel drive and obviously the luxury pack as well. Now you can see it's so easy to drive this car. Steering is light and easy, and although it doesn't feel its weight at all at lower speeds, it's a very drivable and fun car. Only thing is you try to push it harder on corners, there where it feels its weight, and not really the weight but the size, the dimensions, and obviously the body roll too. And not to forget, this is a monocoque platform car, and it is just so composed, so easy to drive as well. Fantastic Mahindra. Now let's come to the ADAS functions of this car. They work fantastically well. I was driving a Volvo recently. This is as fluid a system, obviously not the level of Volvo's, but still I'm so proud to see that Mahindra is doing a fantastic job here. I can just not worry at all. It says collision possible on, and you have various modes also for the same, so you can decide if you want it late, early or medium, and it just works so nicely. It's absolutely stunning the way the ADAS functions work, like forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking. Right now I was banking on it to do this, and it did it. Look at this. Okay, lane keep assist working fantastically well. It's telling me to hold the steering wheel. Here I will hold the steering wheel, but it's able to do it over sharp corners as well, so it's able to read the lines beautifully well. The ADAS functions are so well calibrated on this car. I was like, okay, on Mahindra's test track, wow, but I was not sure if it's going to work on the road. It does work on the road, and it works so well. It's surprising the way the forward collision warning and the lane keep assist and the automatic emergency braking, all of which work just absolutely unbelievable. It makes this sound here. I am going to rely on the car to make the turn, and it will do it. Like, it's doing it so subtly and so well. You don't even have to flinch twice. There it is, and it says keep hands on steering wheel. Of course, I shall do that. Now you can take over and again drive me. Wow, wonderful. So when you realize the pricing, and then you also think that it also has ADAS in that price, it's like absolute crazy value for money. Nothing even comes close to the sheer value for money which the XUV700 offers. Fantabulous to say the least. Wow. Revving the motor, and off we go. Okay, I will admit that fuel efficiency is not the best, but this chassis has been made, or rather the platform has been made to accommodate a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which might come in the future, and that's something which could improve the fuel efficiency and also take the cost higher. But then people will be ready to pay because it's already so value for money. Now, certain things I forgot to talk when I was doing the walk around. First and foremost, it gets puddle lights, which is a nice touch on the doors, of course, but unfortunately it doesn't get ambient lights. Although this is sort of an ambient light, but that is the only sort of light inside, and here as well. So ambient lighting is actually missing in this car, so I can't even say that it misses out on 64 colors of ambient lighting which is there on Mercedes cars. When you unlock the car at night, the front lights as well as the rear lights, they blink thrice, which is nice. And when you turn off the car, it has this follow me home function, both when you lock the car as well as when you unlock the car. And since I have the opportunity to test the ADAS function, I'm going to do it right away. Yeah, there it says collision possible. Now I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to try and pick it up in a higher gear. Here we are into 5th gear, and let's see how it works. By the way, I'm a little disappointed that the steering wheel does not get adjustment for reach. It's only height adjustable, the steering wheel. So they could have offered that as well. I'm just going to turn off the indicator for a moment, use the wipers because I can, and then it's putting me in the lane. It's so freaking active, this lane keep assist, and it's able to pull easily. So even in-gear acceleration is quite impressive. Now the door handles are quite nice. You press them, they come out, and they automatically go inside as soon as you close the door. So when somebody tries to actually fiddle with the door handles, you will know because they stay out, because when the car is locked, obviously the door will not open, and so it will not go inside either. Okay, this gives me an opportunity to test lane keep assist again. You can see it keeps making this sound all the time for lane keep assist, and there it's turning and putting me back in a lane. This is so fantastic. Here we have come to minimal for the display layout. Into 1st gear, revving the motor, traction control off, and off we go. I have to just shift randomly because it's not showing me the tacho numbers in minimal. It's hugely impressive a car. The only hiccup is you can't get one, because even if you want to, the waiting period is absolutely obnoxious. I believe 1 year or so. Hopefully Mahindra really starts making more of these cars, and hopefully Tata Motors updates the Safari to offer us ADAS functions and a better infotainment system as well, because the Safari might be better in terms of ride and handling balance, and steering feel uses a hydraulic steering of course, but this car, the XUV700, is better in almost every other regard, and it offers ADAS functions, a better interior. Okay, the Safari has more space, so there's just no competition. Mahindra has actually taken the rule book, torn it apart, rewritten everything, and presented the Mahindra XUV700. So that was a massive vlog of the Mahindra XUV700. Make sure to check out this. This is the Involve Gel Carbon Black, a fantastic car perfume. Use my coupon code FASTBEAM for a 10% discount. Bye-bye.